Welcome to Bedtime Stories. Little China Doll. In a shop window sat a little China doll. She had been in the store so long she could not remember ever living in any other place. Long, long ago, there were other China dolls, but one by one some little girl had carried them away, and she was left alone. China Doll had black painted hair and big staring eyes, and her lips and cheeks were very red. Her body was filled with sawdust, and her hands and arms to the elbow were china, as were her feet and legs to her knees. By and by, wax dolls came to the store. They had real hair, all curls, and eyes that would open and close. And poor China Doll was set back in the window, and after a while she was put in a box on the shelf and taken out only once a year, at Christmas time, when she was dusted and put in the window again. She felt very lonely with so many stylish wax dolls, and as she had given up hope of ever being chosen by any little girl, she was glad when the little old lady who kept the store put her back in the box on the shelf. At last, there came a time when the children no longer came to the store, but went to the big city for their toys, and China Doll and the little old storekeeper grew old together. China Doll sat in the window all the time now, with tape and thread and other useful things, but was the only thing little folk could want. One day in summer, a tally-ho stopped in front of the store, and a party of young people came in. They bought a number of things and filled the old store with their laughter. Suddenly, the prettiest girl reached into the window and took out China Doll. "Oh, you dear, quaint little doll," she said. "My grandmother has one just like this girl's, and I have asked her many times to give it to me to make a French pincushion, but she will not let me have it." Oh, how China Doll's heart beat. Could it be true that she was going at last? Yes. The pretty girl bought her and took her away on the tally-ho. The next day she dressed China Doll in the prettiest silk dress, such a one as she had dreamed of years ago, with an overskirt and pearled sleeves. Then she made her the dearest poke bonnet, trimmed with little roses. She also made her a pair of kid boots. When China Doll was all dressed, the pretty girl put a ribbon over her arm, and on each end was a little bandbox. Then she stood China Doll on her dressing table and used the little boxes for pincushions. And there China Doll lived a very happy life, which teaches that all things come to those who wait. The rooster that crowed too soon. Red Rooster felt it was time he showed the new drake that had come to live in the barnyard that he was a very brave rooster, as well as the ruler of the barnyard. So the next time he saw the drake, he said, "I suppose you have been in many battles, and no doubt the home you have just come from will miss your protection as well as your company." "No," replied the drake. "I never was in a battle. I do not quarrel with anyone. I believe in living in peace with all around me." "Oh, well, that is all very well for you, perhaps," said the rooster. "But for me, it is a different matter. I have to protect all the hens and chickens, and I also protect myself. I can whip any rooster around here, and no one dares come into my yard." The drake did not reply, for just then a strange rooster came into the yard, and Red Rooster ran at him with sweeping wings. He pecked at the intruder and spurred him until he was glad to run away. "There, what did I tell you?" said Red Rooster, coming back to the drake. "I am the greatest fighter around this part of the country. I am not afraid of anything." "Oh, don't talk so much about it," said the dog from his house nearby. "I think there are a few things even you are afraid of, Mr. Rooster. I guess you would run from a fox." "I am not afraid of a fox," said Red Rooster. "I can scare him by crowing loudly. Master knows when I make a great noise, it is time for him to find the cause. Oh, I am very brave and can take care of myself." Red Rooster felt so brave that he thought the highest place he could get on the wall would be a good place to talk about his bravery. So he flew up on the wall by the gate and then to the top of the henhouse. Madam Pig was in her pen on the other side. "Madam Pig," he said, "did you see me whip that impudent rooster that came through our yard?" Madam Pig grunted that she did not, as she could not see over the wall. "You surely missed a great sight," said the rooster, stretching his neck and strutting along the roof. "I am a brave fellow. I never allow anyone to come around here that does not belong here. I have just been telling the new drake about my prowess and bravery. Mr. Drake," he called, as the new drake and his family waddled past the henhouse, "if you need protection at any time, do not hesitate to call upon me." A robin perched upon the roof not far from him, and Red Rooster flew at him. "Go away," he said. "I am very fierce and brave, and if you were as large as a cow, I should attack you just the same. I am not afraid of anything." Red Rooster strutted up and down, crowing and thinking how brave he was, and so intent was he upon his greatness that he did not heed the warning cries that came from the fowls in the yard below him. In a moment more, a big hawk swooped down and held Red Rooster in his claws. He started to fly just as the shot from a gun sounded, and Red Rooster fell to the ground. He jumped up and shook himself, and looked in time to see his master pick up the dead hawk. "I guess that hawk won't show himself around here again," he said. "That was a very hard fight, but I won, even if I did get a tumble." "Well, if you are not a conceited fellow," laughed the dog. "But I was not the only one that saw the hawk start off with you, and we all know that if Master had not shot it, you would not be here to crow tomorrow morning." "No," piped the robin from a tree. "You were telling me how brave you were, and the hawk was not half as large as a cow. You were not very brave when he came upon you. You did not do a thing. Oh dear, it was so funny to hear you crowing about your bravery, and then to see you caught up so soon by a hawk that is only a little larger than you." The drake and all his family were listening, and Madam Pig had put her head over the wall to listen. Poor Red Rooster felt that it was no time to crow about his bravery, so he walked away with all the dignity he could muster. "He crowed too soon," said the drake. "He crowed too much," said the dog. "He crowed too loud," said the robin. Or he would have heard the warning cries from the hens and chickens. rest well, and wake up refreshed for a brand new day. Good night, and sweet dreams.